While on a field trip to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, 12-year-old Percy Jackson is given a sword in the form of a ballpoint pen by Mr. Brunner, his Latin teacher. Percy accidentally pushes class bully Nancy Bobofit into a water fountain, catching the attention of algebra teacher Mrs. Dodds, who reveals herself as a Fury, Electo. Percy unintentionally strikes and vaporizes Electo with the sword, then discovers that everyone else has seemingly forgotten her. Percy is expelled from school and returns home to his stepfather Gabe Ugliano and mother Sally Jackson. Percy and Sally head to their cabin in Montauk, New York, where Sally explains that Greek gods and monsters are real. Percy's class friend Grover Underwood, inadvertently revealing himself as a satyr, arrives and tells Sally to move Percy to Camp Half-Blood. The three are attacked by a minotaur on their way, and the minotaur seemingly kills Sally, which causes Percy to kill it in anger while breaking its horn. He collapses upon reaching camp, where he is greeted by Chiron, a centaur. He meets Mr. D, the camp director, and learns that Mr. Brunner is actually Chiron. Chiron instructs Percy to stay in the Hermes cabin until his godly parent claims him. Percy meets several other campers, including Luke Castellan and Clarice LaRue. Clarice and her friends attempt to dunk Percy's head in the toilet, but Percy unknowingly repels them with his water powers. Annabeth Chase recruits Percy into her team for a game of Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag begins, and Percy repels an attack by Clarice and her friend. After her team claims victory, Annabeth pushes Percy into the lake. The water heals his wounds, and Percy is then claimed by Poseidon, to the surprise of much of the campers. Soon afterward, Percy is told that Zeus has accused him of stealing his master bolt and that war will break out if it is not returned within a week. When Grover tells Percy that Sally is still alive, Percy decides to embark on the quest. Percy receives a prophecy from the Oracle of Delphi, which appears to confirm that the master bolt is with Hades in the underworld beneath Los Angeles. Chiron asks Percy to choose two other campers to accompany him on his quest, and Percy chooses Annabeth and Grover. Before leaving, Percy also receives a pair of winged shoes from Luke. The three begin a cross-country bus trip and are attacked by Electo, having previously reformed, and Tisiphone in New Jersey. They manage to escape and find the home of Medusa. She tries to convince Percy that she is not a monster but rather a victim of the whims of the gods and asks him to betray his friends in exchange for help in saving his mother. The trio then work together to decapitate Medusa. Percy uses Medusa's head to petrify Electo. After disagreements with Annabeth and Grover, Percy reveals to them that the prophecy said that he would be betrayed by a friend. The three then clarify themselves, and Percy decides to send Medusa's head to Mount Olympus. Percy, Annabeth, and Grover continue west on a train. Annabeth recounts running away from home and being found by Luke and Talia. The next day, the trio discover that their cabin was ransacked by a woman, who reveals herself as Echidna and is training a young chimera that poisons Percy. After the train arrives in St. Louis, the trio seek refuge inside the Gateway Arch, as it is a monument to Athena. Percy begins to deteriorate from the poison, so Annabeth decides to bring him to the top of the arch in order to seek help from Athena. Annabeth then learns from Echidna's monster language that Athena was embarrassed after Medusa's head arrived on Mount Olympus and has allowed Echidna and the chimera to enter the arch. Percy decides to stay behind and allow Grover and Annabeth to escape. After an unsuccessful battle with the chimera, Percy falls from the arch and plummets toward the ground. A waterspout made by Poseidon then pulls him into the Mississippi River. Annabeth spots Atropos cutting a thread signifying an impeding death before she and Grover reunite with Percy. Percy tells them that they need to meet with Poseidon in Santa Monica before learning that the three of them have become wanted criminals due to the events on the train and at the arch. The trio then encounter Ares, who offers to assist them if Percy and Annabeth recover his shield from Waterland. The two find the shield inside a tunnel of love, but Percy has to become trapped on Hephaestus's golden throne for the shield to release. Annabeth convinces Hephaestus to free Percy. Afterwards, Hephaestus tells Annabeth that he will put in a good word to Athena. Ares gives the trio a backpack with supplies and brings them to a zoo delivery truck bound for Las Vegas. Grover then tells Percy and Annabeth that he knows who stole the Master Bolt based on his conversation with Ares in Las Vegas and inform Luke via Iris message that Clarice might be the thief. At the Lotus Hotel and Casino, Grover finds a family friend named Augustus who says that he found Pan, and Percy and Annabeth find Hermes, who refuses to help them for various reasons. They then realize that they have unknowingly been inside the casino for days due to the air inside the casino containing lotus fruit. After reuniting with Grover, they find Hermes' car and the directions to the underworld he left them. They are brought to Santa Monica Beach by the car. In the water, Percy learns from a Nereid that his quest's deadline had passed and his father left to prepare for war. Percy vows to continue his quest and is provided with 4 pearls to escape the underworld. Percy confronts Procrustes and gains access to his secret passage into the underworld. The trio encounters Sharon, who summons Cerberus. Annabeth tames the dog, allowing them to escape, but Grover realizes that he lost his pearl. In the Asphodel Meadows, Annabeth becomes stuck and has to use her pearl. After reaching Tartarus, Grover is nearly pulled into the pit by the flying shoes, with Percy then discovering the Master Bolt in his gifted backpack. Percy and Grover continue to Hades' palace, and Hades offers to return Sally if Percy returns his Helm of Darkness, which was also stolen. Percy realizes that Kronos organized the thefts, due to his long-standing grudge against his children. Hades offers to protect them in exchange for the bolt. Percy refuses, but promises to recover the helm. The two use their pearls and are brought to Montauk, where they reunite with Annabeth before being confronted by Ares. Percy challenges Ares to a fight with the first to draw blood, winning both the bolt and the helm. After summoning a wave, Percy slashes Ares, who leaves vowing vengeance. Then Percy gives the helm to a restored Alecto while having her tell Hades to honor their deal. Percy travels to Olympus atop the Empire State Building and returns the bolt to Zeus, who plans to continue his war. When Zeus is about to strike Percy, Poseidon intervenes and surrenders, where the two agree to inform the council of the threat of Kronos. Zeus leaves, telling Poseidon to make sure he doesn't see Percy again. After Poseidon sends him back to Camp Half-Blood, Percy realizes that Luke, who gave him the cursed shoes, is the thief. After confirming this and failing to recruit Percy, Luke subdues him in a fight. However, Annabeth reveals herself, having heard everything, and Luke flees. On the last day of camp, Percy leaves to reunite with Sally, Annabeth leaves to reconnect with her family, and Grover leaves to search the seas for Pan. The trio promises to reunite in a year. Kronos informs Percy in a dream that he is key to his return. Later, Gabe opens a returned package containing Medusa's head and is petrified.